In this video, we're going to look at the receipts section in QuickBooks. I've uploaded a receipt here by using the QuickBooks app on my phone and taking an image. Once that image is processed, it gets uploaded automatically to my QuickBooks Online file. I'm on a desktop now, and I'm going to process the receipt. This is a complicated one because I paid for part of this transaction out of my own money, and then the rest of it with a business payment method, in this case, a debit card. Let's go ahead and click Review to open the receipt. Here's an image of the receipt on the left. I'll zoom in so that we can see that I made a payment with 2 different gift cards, as well as my business debit card. The first thing to do on the right-hand side is to decide whether we're entering this as an expense or as a bill. In this case, I have to enter it as a bill if I want to split the payment methods. You'll see when it says expense, you've got the payment account listed and you can only select one at a time. Because of this, I'll have to select bill. Then I need to enter the vendor. In this case, I purchased it from Target. I need to add Target as a vendor because I never purchased a business item from them before. Go ahead and add Target as the company name and the vendor display name, then click Save. Now that Target's added as a vendor, I can check the rest of the information here. Always start at the top, from left to right. The mailing address doesn't matter, the terms don't matter, but the bill date does matter. So let's scroll around on this receipt until we can find the date. Up here we can see that it says it was purchased on 7/23/25. That has already been extracted for us by QuickBooks Automation. No due date is necessary, since this isn't truly a bill, it's a receipt, which means it was paid at the same time. Here we need to assign the category that the expense should be coded to. Here you can see I purchased an electronics product. So in my category, I'm going to select office supplies. If you purchase a lot of electronics, you might want to have a separate account that says computer hardware and related electronics, or if you were, for example, buying a lot of cables, you could even have an expense category called cables. In my case, I only purchase a few electronic devices per year, and I include them in my office supplies. Here I'll explain what it is, since the receipt doesn't exactly show. It only says Anchor, which was the brand name. I purchased a USB-C to HDMI adapter for external monitor. You can see that that was the total price. You just want to make sure that when you see things automatically filled in, that you're double checking them against your source document, since QuickBooks can make mistakes. This is complete, so I can now click Save and Close. Now that the bill has been entered, we have to go and mark it paid. Click on Vendors. Then find Target and click on Target so that it opens the transactions. Here we can see that bill that we posted. If we click on it, it will open and you can see the attachment. You can click on the attachment to confirm that you attached the correct receipt. If you have the bill open, you can mark it paid by clicking Mark Paid up here. If you didn't open the bill, you can click this drop-down and click Mark as Paid. Lastly, you can click Plus New, and then under Vendors, Pay Bills. I think the most straightforward way is to do it from this drop-down menu by clicking Mark as Paid. Here you'll see that it's opening up a bill payment. It's automatically calling this bill payment 1. I don't really care what it's called. I'm going to delete it since it doesn't mean anything. Then, in this case, I'm going to do a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure that this is correct for the part that was paid with the business expense. In this case, the checking account is where that payment came from. Now, if we recall, on the receipt, it did show that only part of it was paid. An easy way to double check this would have been to keep the receipt open. I'm going to open this and click on the receipt, which opens it in a new tab, and then I can check the amount. Debit total payment, $12.95. Going back to the bill and clicking Mark as Paid to open the bill payment window, I'll again delete the reference number, and then where it says Outstanding Transactions, it's got a check mark because it's going to apply this payment to this bill. We have to change the payment amount to match what was actually processed. I always recommend double checking when you're going between two screens. This is correct, so I'm going to hit Save and Close. Now you'll see that there's an open balance of $11.02. That's the amount that I paid with an owner contribution. To mark this paid with an owner contribution, you need to click on New and Journal Entry. Here, I'm going to rename the journal number to say Owner Paid Expense. And it is, depending if you have enough room, you can label it with the year and date. Then type in Owner and select Contributions. If you don't have an Owner Contributions account, you can use Owner Equity instead. In this case, I have Contributions set up as a sub-account of Owner Equity. In the credit section, I'm going to write the remaining balance of $11.02. In the description, I'll write used personal gift cards for purchase of work equipment. In the next tab, under Account, we're going to select Accounts Payable. This is because we have an open balance in Accounts Payable for that receipt. When I select this, it's going to duplicate the memo. The next important step here is to go under Name and select Target. This is going to apply this amount to this vendor's account. Then hit Save and Close. You'll be returned to Target's page here, and you'll see a couple of things. One is that the open balance now says $0, but the overdue payment still says $11.02. Looking down here, you'll see we now have three transactions. We have the original bill, we have the payment from the business account, and we have the payment by owner. However, both of these should say 0 if we're completely finished. So on to the second step here. As you'll see, the bill still says Schedule Payment. Click the drop-down and click Mark as Paid again. This will open the bill payment screen once more. Delete the reference number. Here you'll see it defaults to the checking account. We're going to leave it as that even though it's not true. It's alright because when we scroll down, we can see that the journal entry with the owner payment is showing up against the bill. So here's the payment amount, there's the credit amount, hit Save and Close. Now you'll see that the owner payment has been applied to this expense. If you have any questions, please reach out.